Pin setters were replaced with the current GSX machines that we use today, and a new computer system was also installed with new software. In 2010, we added a pro shop, and in 2011, bowling and billiard lockers were replaced with the current ones we have now. 2012, the permanent shuffleboard courts were removed, reconfigured to accommodate rollout shuffleboard courts, and a multi-purpose room was developed, equipped with a PA system and big screen TV. 2013, we added 8 additional TVs to the shuffleboard room to accommodate the new Wii program, which started with 10 teams. Currently, we have about 40 teams, and this is under the guidance of Bill Warden. 2013, we had funding for new masking units, and that was picked up by the residents. We held a lottery. 2013, we added an official pro shop leased to an outside vendor, Dennis Klein, who is currently still here. 2015, carpet and bowling area seating were replaced. The new bar, complete with coolers and sinks, added to the shuffleboard room. Tile floor was installed in 2016, and 12 pool tables were replaced. So here's the fiscal year of 2018-19. We had a gross revenue of $841,785, an increase of $54,000 or 6%. League lineage was up 3%. League revenue was up 1%. Open bowling resident up 1%. Open bowling non-resident 17%. Bowling specials were up 9%. Total games bowled were up 3%. Total bowling revenue was up 4%. Beer and wine sales were up 5%. And our new VIP card program sales were up 5%. July 19th through 6/30/20, the league revenue, this is when COVID hit, we were down 13%. Open play was down 25%. Total bowling revenue was down 17%. Total revenue down 10%. And total games bowled was down 14%. Current year compared to last year, league revenue down 49%, and we're still running about that, 45 to 48. Open play down 14%. Total bowling revenue down 42%. Total revenue down 43%, and total lines bowled down 38%. We currently have 25 leagues, winter leagues, and 7 summer leagues for a total of 1,268 bowlers. Compared to last year, we've had over 2,000 league bowlers. We have 26 handicap leagues, 1 scratch, 5 no-tap leagues. And the regular bowling events, we had 25 Bowler Association no-taps, 15 Bowler Association Summer Red Pin events, and 23 House no-pin events, which we're still hosting them, but not at the volume we were doing before COVID. Last year, there were 252,286 games bowled at Johnson Lanes. In the Pin Spotter world, that represents 2,522,286 times each pin spotter went up and down and swept the pins. Monitors and scoring consoles are subject to much the same wear and tear. Current equipment has been in place for 16 years. The amount to a lifetime total of 37,842,900 times the equipment has reset since installation. For 2021, we're getting new scoring consoles, overhead monitors, intercom system, conduit for the wiring, new primary and computer servers, secondary units, and league laser printers, upgraded software including new front desk dashboard to simplify check-in, getting bowlers on and off lanes more efficiently. Current scoring consoles and their wiring have been in place since 2004. Overhead monitors and consoles are failing and replacement parts are becoming unavailable in the marketplace. Problems with your wiring have always been an ongoing issue. In the 2021 upgrades, we have just recently, we're going to sign a contract with Brunswick. We've reviewed some other programs, including AMF, and we feel that Brunswick is the best way to go. It's called a sync scoring system. It's cloud-based. We will have 49-inch widescreen HD monitors rather than the 40-inch we currently have. New scoring sheet themes. There'll be different games we can do, different tournaments. So it can be create some additional fun and give us some options about hosting some different types of tournaments. The new system allows bowlers to check their stats and scores and share them on social media platforms through the cloud and their cell phone. It also creates flexible reporting for all financial, lane usage, and inventory needs. Snapshot of center performance available at any time, manage staff schedules, locker management, and tabulate sales by category, lineage, and frames or hours. And where the future goes, I wish I had and which I knew, but I know one thing, next year so far is not looking any better than this year. Unless something drastic happens, we'll probably continue with the same numbers. As far as bowling goes, I think we'll have to reach on the outside a little more if we can, because our average age right now is 74, and it's getting to the point a lot of people are quitting, and the new people coming in aren't bowling as much, especially in multi-leagues. So we're going to have to develop something to attract new bowlers or have current bowlers bowl more often. And I think that's it.
Thank you very much, Barry. Do you want to just go into now your regular report, the finances, and any other things that you have? Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
The report's August through December 31st, 2020. Rather than keep saying all the numbers are in red, all the numbers are in red, except for average price per game went up 2 cents. So for bowling lineage, we're down 27,936 games. Bowling revenue, league revenue, we're down $53,522. Resident open bowling, we're down 2,537. Non-resident, we're down 3,723. And our bowling special revenue is down 8,144. And that number represents the lack of us doing tournaments and some additional social events. So that hurt that number a lot. Miscellaneous revenue, we're down 9,587. Total bowling revenue, we're down $77,513. And like I said, average price per game is actually better to 2 cents. Wii Bowling is down $812. Rental revenue is down $3,600. And the biggest thing for that was we went to gas in the restaurant, and he had to buy all new equipment, so we forgoed his rent till through December. So he's back on paying rent now. Food and beverage was down $5,694. Beer and wine was down $16,602. So we have a lot more sober bowlers running around. And total open bowling is down $14,404. So that's it on the financial.
Okay, are there any questions for Barry from the committee? Okay, hearing none, we'll go on to the next topic, which is more probably bad news from Pete Finelli, our CFO. Pete volunteered to provide us with some more financial information from his office. So, Pete, it's your show.
Thank you, Sue. It's actually, we do have some offsets to the revenue decline. As you can see in the revenue section, everything that Barry was referencing in terms of percentage declines and ancillary and food and beverage has the $78,000 shortfall against the budget. The expense do offset almost $40,000 of that. Some elements that come with the business being fully open of repair and maintenance, utilities are down. We've been able to avoid some equipment purchases until we're able to be totally functioning. So I think we've done some, give Barry the credit, some aspects of offsetting some of the revenue decline as you'd expect. Wages and benefits is, I talked to Barry maybe a month ago, and you probably already know this, but kind of behind the scenes, there's a lot of new expenses that would go along with the COVID in terms of cleaning and separation and overseeing and things like that. So that is one aspect of why the labor line is pretty much right at budget. But down in the statistical information, the bowling fees per line are essentially holding stable, and that's pretty much a snapshot of against budget.
Okay, do any of our committee members have any questions? Okay, I'll take that, but nobody has any questions. This is a new report that's been made available to the committee. So thank you for that. Okay, under new business, capital request update. Barry, do you want to just kind of walk us through the things that were in the budget that are now going to be done and kind of when that's going to happen, and then if there are any big items for the next year.
Okay, currently with the bowling score system, that's the biggest. And like I said, we just finalized the bids and everything, and currently we're going to place an order with Brunswick for that system. Tentatively, it should be installed late April, early May. That's what we're shooting for, and we don't see why we can't meet those dates. So that's very important to us, so we can get converted over and then open up again for the summer and try to capitalize on whatever we can for the summer before we get into the fall and work all the bugs and everything out. So that's going to happen for sure. Other than that, we have a storage shed that will be installed, and that's about it for us. We had the new floor installed, the gas in the restaurant was installed, and the reconfiguration of the front desk is going to modernize a little bit. It hasn't been done for 16 years, so trying to spruce it up a little bit. So that'll be it for this year. Next year, we have no request for any capital. Everything we have is fine. So we're just going to go with what we have until we see a need for some other items. But right now, there's nothing major that I can foresee that we'll need over the next 2-3 years. So as long as everything keeps going okay, we'll be okay. But that's it.
Okay, thank you very much. That sounds like a good plan, and I'm quite impressed with the capabilities that the new system, the Brunswick system, will provide for us. I mean, it sounds like a great package. So I'm glad that will be coming up to date. Any questions from our committee members? Okay, then we'll move on to the next item with the possible redesign of the shuffle room. We have submitted a business plan, and I believe that all of our committee members have a copy of that. The next step in that process, it has been submitted by the deadline, and the next step is to present the concept to the Properties Committee, and I believe that the tentative time, if this works for both Barry and for Carl, would be at the February 4th Properties Committee meeting at 9 o'clock. If that if that works for both of those people, I will ask to have that put on the agenda for the Properties Committee to take a look at the plan that we had developed. And as you know, this is the plan that we created last year as a part of this committee. Okay, are there any questions about that? Okay, hearing none. Barry, do you want to update us on any kind of adaptations you've had to make to the Sports Pavilion as a result of COVID-19? Anything different from last meeting that we had?
No, nothing. We made everything, all the adjustments, right at September. We're still, only half a league can bowl. So that's one reason why we're down the percentage we are, because they're using twice as many lanes for half the amount of people. We've been able to slide in some people in different areas that we didn't have bowlers before and still keep a safety approach to that. I think this month we'll probably add about 90 bowlers, filling a Friday morning slot that nobody was bowling. So, and that's mostly all new bowlers that we've developed. Cleaning, we're still cleaning. After every usage of every lane, we clean the ball returns, we clean the couches, all the tables in the concourse. Everything that can be wiped down is wiped down. Same with the billiard room. We're only using half the tables, and each time someone plays on a table, it's completely clean. The balls are completely clean, for the next customer. So that's what's taken a lot of the labor is the constant cleaning that is required for us to do. And that's it.
Okay. Any questions from anyone about the adaptations? Okay, let's move on to our review of our bowling policies. And first of all, let's take the committee policy, CO3. If you have that pulled up. Okay, this has basically been, it was originally in the bylaws and now and it was also in the policies, and now it's reduced to just the policy statements. This identifies basically what our committee is charged with doing. We're supposed to be a liaison, as you can see in 1.1.1. And then the next area, we're supposed to be involved with the general maintenance and operations of the Sports Pavilion. And any bowling fees that we might determine to change. That, I think, we've kind of determined is a 2-year thing, and I don't know that we're recommending anything be changed, but that is one of the charges of our committee. And then the last one is the capital improvement projects that we might want to have happen in the Sports Pavilion. So does anyone have anything that they think should not be in the policy statements, that we should ask the board to change them? Okay, hearing none, then let's move on to the actual Sports Pavilion and bowling policies that B01 that specifically relates to the Sports Pavilion. There are 4 different policies that relate to bowling. And the first one, B1, really is a kind of a general statement. It identifies non-resident participation and talks about special events and how the fees are set. Was there anything in that document that anyone felt was unclear or incorrect? Okay, then let's go on to B02. This one relates to senior non-resident bowling. And those are defined as individuals 45 years of age or older living in neighboring communities. And this identifies and protects the priority of Sun City West residents over the other residents, senior residents. and determines how they will be involved and how much contact that they may have. Any changes or corrections or questions on BO2? Okay, let's go on to B3. And these are the policies relating to tournaments and how non-residents would be involved. And there are also plain house tournaments, how those will be run, and then member-sponsored tournaments that may occur. Those are the, I guess there are 4 of them. There are outside tournaments would be the other option. So it identifies how those should be handled. Did anyone have any concerns about anything on there that they want to bring up? Okay, hearing none, then we'll go on to B4, and this deals with the bowling leagues and talks about the fees, the days and times they're going to bowl, the number of weeks, the number of bowlers, and outlines those kinds of policies. Any concerns on B4? Okay, hearing none, I guess we can say that we have reviewed these and they all seem in good shape and no recommended changes. Okay, do we have, we've reached the point where we'd like to know if the committee members have any comments that they want to make. So I will ask Joe, do you have any comments that you want to make for the good of the order?
I am good, thank you.
Okay. I don't know if Paul was able to join us or not. Paul, are you out there yet?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Is there any comments that you would like to make? Any comments?
Hello? Hello?
Yep, I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right, I'm just concerned about the room we're trying to remodel. Been doing that. I'm just a little limited on what we're going to do with it, but that's just me.
Okay, so you have some concerns about the design and the concept?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm into that room, and Bowling does a great job, but I don't know, after 10 years, that room has been under scrutiny we haven't got a project yet. Especially spending money on it.
You're breaking up a little bit, so I'm not hearing you clearly. If you want to repeat what you said.
Well, I'm just a little worried about spending money on that room. We're really hurting on which it seems to be. One's capital and one's operational, it's different money.
Okay.
We've been working on that room for 10 years, and we haven't got anything yet.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We've been trying to get it resolved, and it has changed a little bit over the years, as you saw in the history. Okay. Anyone else have any comments? Fran?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Barry or Tina, any comments?
None for me, thank you.
Okay. Katie, are there any comments from...
There are no comments
Katie,
from
are
the
there...
community.
Okay, no comments from the community?
Sue?
Correct.
Okay, am I hearing somebody else ask me a question?
Yeah, Sue, this is Pete. You and I chatted briefly in our meeting. I don't know the mandate of this next question, but in my 1 year ago budget process for this committee, they did have a distinct part of the rate structure, which I think Barry has advised that is a 2-year cycle, so I have no question about that.
Okay.
Barry, maybe you can help me on the second part, and that's as we progress with this budget and knowing, if I understand it right, you guys meet every other month, we'll be
Correct.
well into the budget cycle before any ability to influence what the budget lineage will be. And if you would be willing to spend 20 seconds or as much time as you feel necessary or none at all in terms of advising upon what lineage rate volume you would feel comfortable supporting into the budget cycle. And if this is all on Barry, we'll just suspend it there. But if you wanted any input, I kind of need that to keep it moving. Not absolute, but maybe someone could fill me in on what role you've played in the past.
Okay, our next committee meeting is February 8th.
Okay.
We canceled our December meeting and replaced it with January, but we will be meeting next month. Does that fit your time schedule or not?
Yeah, we're not far enough into it there, so yes. So, I mean, everybody's going to have their own opinion. So, Sue, or Barry, how does the lineage, is it simply off Barry's expectations? I vaguely remember that being the case a year ago. Just wanting it out
I
there.
think that, yeah, basically, Barry usually works with you, and then they make a recommendation to the committee, and then the committee, usually goes along with what Barry has recommended. And that's how we move ahead.
So good. We'll just.
So I would suggest that you and Barry get together, and then that could be presented. If there is a change, that could be presented at our February 8th meeting, as long as the time frame is okay with you.
That works fine. Sorry, I knew Barry had done that. I just wasn't sure how much input you guys provide, especially in this COVID era. So I'm perfectly fine.
Right. Okay.
Thank you much. Sorry for that interruption.
That's fine. Anybody have any other comments or questions? Okay, then our next committee meeting will be February 8th, 2021 at 1:30, and it will be virtual. And then we will plan to skip March, and our last one will be in April then, unless something comes up and we need to make a change. So hearing none, thank you very much. This is a difficult kind of meeting to run when you can't see people and see their reactions. But it's the best we can do during this time period. So, thank you, all of you. Meeting is adjourned.